Sorry for the technical glitch. So let's continue with the question. So this question is basically based on a type of question that is given in the NCERT. In NCERT they have asked about the resistances, here they have asked about the spring. Okay, so the combination, I think equivalent you know, right? In the case of resistances, series is Rs equal to R1 plus R2 and parallel is 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. This is in the case of resistances. In the case of spring, series is 1 by K is equal to 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2 and the parallel is K1 plus K2. So the way that you have behaved in the series for the resistances, in the similar way we will behave for parallel for the spring. Okay, and the equivalent spring constant we know, so error you can calculate. Error in series will be delta R1 plus delta R2 and in parallel the error can be calculated as minus delta Rp plus minus, here also plus minus plus minus. Okay, so this is already in NCERT, plus minus delta Rp by Rp square is equal to delta R1 by R1 square plus delta R2 by R2 square plus minus. So this way you can calculate for the series and the parallel. This is about the resistances. Okay, so for the spring, whatever the series combination is there, the similar way will be the parallel for the spring, and it is easy to calculate, just add the error. So here we have to calculate in the for the parallel, the question is comparatively easy. Then if it has to be series for the spring, then it has to be gone like this, and then the calculation would have been complicated. Here it is very easy to calculate, like parallel combination of the spring constant will be K1 plus K2, that will be 20 plus 30 and that is 50, and the error will be plus minus delta Kp will be, simply add this two, that is plus minus 0.2 plus 0.3, that will be plus minus 0.5. But we have to tell about the percentage error. We know that the percentage error is delta Kp by Kp into 100%, that will come out to be 0.5 by 50 into 100%, right? So this will be 1%, hence the answer will be 1%. I hope this concept is clear to all of you. Now moving to the next question. So the next question is about YDSE Young double slit experiment. You can see that what it is, what happens in Young double slit experiment when a slab is inserted. So it is asking about what will happen in Young double slit experiment when the slab is inserted. Just read the question, we are going to discuss about this question. Okay, so before discussing, let's talk about, this is a Young double slit experiment and this is a screen that is located at a distance capital D, which is nearly equal to 1 meter. Okay, this is the central bright that is formed. Okay, at the center, this is the central bright. Okay, it will be formed at O. Right. Now, what will happen if in this arrangement I will put a rectangular glass slab in front of S1. Okay, so what will happen? See this. This was where central bright was being formed at point O. Now when you put a rectangular glass slab here of thickness T, okay, this is mu, so what will happen? It will form a little above, that is here, which is equal to O1. Right, which is equal to O1. This Y is called fringe shift. Okay, this Y is called fringe shift. How can you calculate the value? So we know that S2O1, we have already learned this, S2O1 minus S1O1 is equal to, that is the path difference will be equal to mu minus 1 into T. Okay, mu minus 1 into T, that can be calculated. Now we know that the S2O1 minus S1O1 can be written as yd by d is equal to mu minus 1 into t. So y, that the shift will be mu minus 1 into t d by a small d. Okay, a small d is the separation between the two slits and capital D is the distance of the screen from the slits. Now moving to the question. In the question it is given that the width of the slit is t and the interference pattern shift by 0.2 centimeter. So y is already given, that is 0.2 centimeter, and if you want to write it in meter, that will be 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Okay, because 1 centimeter equal to 10 to the power minus 2 meter. If the refractive index of the slab is 1.5 and then t is nu n micrometer, screen distance is 50 and the slit separation then n is, okay, so the value of t is given, t is n micrometer, okay, and the refractive index is also given, refractive index is 1.5, and what other thing is given, capital D is 50 centimeter, that is 50 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. And what other thing is given, a small d is 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter, that is 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Now just put in the formula, y is equal to mu minus 1 into t d by d. Now whatever the values that is given here, y is 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, okay, mu is 1.5 minus 1, and t we need to calculate, that is n into 10 to the power minus 6, and capital D is 50 into 10 to the power minus 2, and a small d is 1 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so you can easily calculate the value of n here. Now this is just a calculation based question. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now moving to the next question, just read the next question. What it is, a particle of mass 1 kg initially resting at the origin start moving under the influence of a force is given. The mass of the particle is 1 kg. As you know the mass of the particle, you can calculate its acceleration. Force divided by mass is simply 1 kg, so divide by 1. Speed of the particle at t equal to 1 you have to calculate. So let's do this question. So in this case, what we have been given force. Force F is equal to 4tq I cap minus 3t square j cap. Now what is acceleration? Force by mass is 1 kg, so it will be simply same thing, 4tq I cap minus 3t square j cap. This is the value of acceleration you will get. Now acceleration is dv by dt, so v will be integration of a dt. Now if you are calculating the acceleration velocity in the x direction, for I cap you will take the acceleration of x direction. If you are calculating the acceleration in y direction, you will take the if you are calculating the velocity in y direction, you will take the acceleration of y direction. So let's start with the calculation of velocity in x direction. That will be vx, that is equal to integration ax dt, and the value of ax we have as 4tq dt, and the limit is 0 to 1. So this you will get as 4t4 by 4, limit is 0 to 1, that is t4, and similarly vy will be ay dt, ay is 3t square dt, limit is 0 to 1. Now t square dt is tq by 3, so this will be tq, limit is 0 to 1, that is 1q. If you are putting the limit here also it will be 1, here also it will be 1. Now what will be the value of velocity v? That is I cap minus j cap. Okay, I cap minus j cap. Now what will be the V magnitude? Under root 1 square plus 1 square. So this will be root 2. And in the question it is given that the net velocity is root alpha. Take the net velocity as root alpha. What is the value of alpha? Alpha is equal to 2. What is the value of alpha? Alpha is equal to 2. So we get the alpha, so we get the value of alpha as 2. This is your answer. I think this is clear to all of you. Now moving to the next question. The next question is based on the compound microscope. I hope all of you are okay with the concept of the compound microscope in the normal adjustment. So normal adjustment means the final image is at infinity. Now simple formula you have to apply. The formula for compound microscope when the final image is at infinity will be magnification is equal to M is equal to MO into ME. That will be equal to VO by UO minus UO into 1 plus D by FE when final image is at LDDB, and when it is final image is at infinity it is just D by FE. This is valid when final image is at LDDB. LDDB means 25 centimeter. Now VO is very close to the length of the tube and UO is very near to the object is kept very near to the focus, so it becomes, it approx become length of tube by minus FO into 1 plus D by FE. Now this is valid when the final image is at LDDV, least distance of distinct vision, that is 25 centimeter. Now in this scenario, the final image is at infinity, the formula become VO by minus UO. Here there is a change, it will be D by FE, D by FE, so it become L by minus FO into D by FE. Now the value is already given, L is 26 centimeter, so we will put it as 26, and what is the value of FO? 1.25 and 5. So 1.25 is focal length of objective, and this will be 25 by 5. Okay, so this will go like so 1.25 by 26 and then 25 by 5, you multiply it and you will get the answer. The nearest integer will be your answer. I hope this concept is clear. Okay, so the focal length of objective and eyepiece is given, you just put in the formula. I think this was given 25, this is given 25, then it will get the integer. So again it is a memory based question, so there are some numbers that may be a little different than what it has come in the exam, but the concept and the type of the question is same. So this completes the first paper discussion, shift 1 of 21st January. Now in the next lecture we will discuss the shift 2 paper, and also after some time we will start discussion of advanced paper with the chapter, with each chapter like 6 years or 7 years of advanced paper we will discuss chapter wise. So keep listening. Thank you.